This video is presented by NewMetalWorker.com. I never thought much about the ground clamps on my welders until I caught one sparking one day when my welder was acting up. When I looked more closely at that clamp, I found that the jaws were pretty corroded and had a lot of contamination on them. It had this nifty strap that connected it to the other jaw, but with all the contamination on it, apparently that wasn't helping enough. This is the cheaper aftermarket ground clamp I bought. It's not copper, it's actually steel with copper plating. This clamp feels pretty sturdy, and plating or not, all that copper's got to help with conductivity somewhat. This is the other clamp I bought, and this one's solid brass, and you can see it's got some nicely curved jaws that seem to fit just about everything. The other jaw has these grooves that seem to help it hold on to rounded stock or odd-shaped things. Both of these clamps have connectors that, when used properly, should hold the cables firmly. And both of these clamps have some pretty stout springs that make sure that the jaws get a good grip on whatever you put them on. I'm not real concerned about this clamp falling off of anything. My ground cables had loop connectors already crimped on, so I cut those off and buried a little cable so we could have a fresh connection for both of these clamps. The all brass clamp essentially has a socket that you insert the cable into and then screw down a plate on it that holds it in place. This is very secure. A few turns with a wrench and this cable's not coming out of there easily. And then I squeezed down a metal ring that works as a strain relief for the cable. I put the copper-plated steel grounding clamp on my MIG welder, and it seems to be working just fine. This actually is the piece that I had the old clamp on when I noticed it sparking. I intentionally didn't clean the metal up because I wanted to see if this clamp could get a good enough connection that it wouldn't spark. And apparently that connection is just fine because the welder's working good and there's no sparks at the clamp. I put the all brass grounding clamp on my Lincoln stick welder. And I also just clamped it onto the same dirty metal because I wanted to see how good it would work. Actually, I forgot to clean the metal up before they shot, but it worked well nonetheless. It's been a couple of weeks now since I installed these new grounding clamps, and I've used both welders as much as I can, and none of the old problems have come back. The jaws on both of these clamps are staying much cleaner than the old ones did. I'm hoping that means that they're just passing the current more cleanly and my welding's going to be more stable now.